Sup, my name is Hedge. Welcome back to my channel, if you've already been here. If not, hi. So today I'm doing something I actually wanted to do half a year ago, and that was my Amsterdam haul, because we've been in Amsterdam half a year ago. I absolutely adore Amsterdam. It's a fantastic city for thrifting, for finding unique stuff, and in general. So that was our third trip there, and I will show you what I got this time, because last time I didn't do a haul, I just did a blog post. I'll link the old blog post for that in the description, just in case you're interested. I kind of sorted the things into locations where I got them, so let's start with Waterloo Plain. Waterloo Plain is an everyday flea market that stretches all along the side of one of the canals. It's amazing, it's one of our favorite spots to visit there, and we make sure to go at least twice when we're in Amsterdam. And I'll start with the piece I used the most ever since we've been there in May. It's this kind of enormous backpack. It's completely made out of leather and I absolutely love it. I originally got it for one of my LARP characters, but I just like it so much that I use it every day. It fits so much things, and it has the tiny pockets outside, which this one I have to fix sometime soon. But at the Waterloo Plain there's this one specific, it's not really a stall even, it's just huge tarps on the ground with heaps of stuff and a few tables, and it's amazing. There's no pricing whatsoever, and you just take a bunch of stuff and then you go and barter with the owner about the price, and I can't barter for the life of me. I'm bad at this. I'm so German when it comes to this. So I usually shove the stuff in the general direction of my boyfriend and let him do that, because he's very good at that. And I actually got this for, I think, €8, which is it's fairly pricey for that stall actually, but it's an amazing price for a full leather backpack, and it's still super soft. It's in a fantastic condition actually, and I'm so lucky I got this. So another thing I really love about Waterloo Plain is that you have a lot of stalls where you can get things like three records for €5 or something like that. It's just piles of things, and it says one of them for this and that amount of money. And one of them had vintagey dresses, and I have a problem with vintagey dresses, not because I don't like them, but because most of the time I don't fit into them, because, you know, the curves. But this one, I actually just tried it on over my t-shirt, and then I got it, and I absolutely love the pattern. I mean, look at that, it's so much my color palette. Very autumnal, with the tiny berries and everything, and I think it was handmade by someone. If you look on the inside, you can see that the seams aren't finished with an overlocker, and you can actually see the hand stitching. It's such a treasure, because someone made this with their hands, either for their daughter or for themselves, and now I have it. Waterloo Plain Flea Market is amazing. I'm always so lucky when it comes to stuff from there. And another thing that my boyfriend got a real amazing bargain out of was a pile of sheepskin. My boyfriend LARPs too, so he just got them for his camp, and he asked me if I wanted one too, because they got cheaper and cheaper the more he got, and in the end I think he got 6 for €30 or something. So this was €5, and it's beautiful. It has a beautiful golden sheen to it, and it's so soft, and the back is not broken at all, so the leather is still smooth and pliable. And I used to have a sheepskin in my bed. It was there ever since the day I was born, so it's older than me, and it's really thin by now, and you can't really sleep on it anymore lest it breaks. But now I have a new one. when I looked through the tiny bit of Amsterdam footage that I still have, and that isn't really perfect quality either, it made me so happy. I just love that place so much. This one was an amazing find. And it's a kimono. It's a kimono and it's not in perfect shape, but that's not what this was about, because what this is about is that the fabric is beautifully aged and bleached, and it just weathered with the years, and I'm so in love with this. I actually fell for the inside first. I just say it's reversible. So I first fell for this side because the color is such a pretty teal. The pattern on the other side, it's really nice too. Amsterdam is actually a really good place in Europe to buy kimono, like second-hand kimono. And there's even one or two antique stores that specialize in Japanese goods, which is closely tied to the history of the Netherlands with Japan. But this is not a history lesson. Again, you can see hand stitching in the color, and I think that is so amazing. Just the thought that people made this with their own hands. I'm so lucky to own this, and I will definitely cherish it. This one is a treasure that I found for €1 amazing. This is so absurd and it makes me so happy, and the thought of all the way this has traveled at some point until I got it just fills me with awe, and I will treasure it, and it's so comfortable too. There's one more store left that I visit regularly when I'm there, and it's one that has collectibles as well as minerals, and I absolutely love that store. I think with crystals it's a progress of finding. I could never buy crystals online, it just wouldn't feel right. So clear quartz is actually, I think, my favorite stone, and I brought back 3 pieces, 2 needles and one that is already a pendant, and then this bead that could be flint, but I'm not 100% sure. The chopping just reminds me of flint tools, so I'm not quite sure, but I just really like it. I love the color. But my favorite thing I got from this place this year was a tiny coin that I can't even place. But I always had this fascination for coins, for foreign currencies, especially ones with holes. I like them, they're very trinkety, and I am a scavenger, so I can't help but buy trinkets at every opportunity I get. Next up on our tour is something that isn't even Dutch to begin with. It's Danish, and we don't have it in Hanover. It's Flying Tiger. I absolutely love tiger, and I actually discovered it when I was in Amsterdam. We do have tiger in Germany. I didn't know that at that point, and I make it one of my stops each time I'm in Amsterdam, just because I like it. And I especially like their stationery. I usually just get some notebook because I never have enough, and I got these tapes mainly for one reason, and that was to glue stuff in my travel journal. Speaking of my travel journal, the other thing I got at Tiger were watercolors, because I didn't take any colors with me. You can see that this case is already a bit cracked and has been used to mix colors. It's not just watercolors, it's actually they are a tiny bit sparkly. I really like the color range, and I first got these for I think €1 or something, or 2. And then I noticed that I didn't have any yellows, so I got the bigger version as well. When it comes to coloring, I absolutely love testing the cheapest options just to see what I can get out of there. So those were an amazing opportunity and they worked so well. And I really enjoyed working on my travel diary. I tried to be consistent with it. I didn't manage to do it all the time because we were busy and at some point I was just too tired to do it. But I think I want to continue making these kinds of travel journals because they remind me of the happiness of the trip. Tiny details that I did not film or I did not take pictures of. Next up would be my favorite supermarket in the Netherlands, Albert Heijn. Yes, I actually included the supermarket. And something you can get at Albert Heijn that you can't get in Germany, except for I think 2 stores in Berlin or something, is the tension tamer from Celestial Seasonings. I usually just get 3 or 4 packages, which is why this is dented, because I stuffed it into my duffel bag. Not sponsored by these guys either. It would be so much easier to be sponsored by them, and the tension tamer is among my 5 favorite infusions of all time, I guess. And I mean, look at that cover art. It's a princess taming a dragon. How on brand is that? And the probably most stupid thing I get at Albert Heijn and sometimes other supermarkets when I'm somewhere and that have craft beer and things like that. I don't even like beer. This is why this is stupid, because I usually just get beer for the fantastic design. So this is an IPA and none of my friends drink IPA. It's so stupid, but they always have the best design. So I have one friend who drinks IPAs, so I just bring them home and then I wait to give them to him so he can drink it for me so I can get the bottle. I mean, it has a little monkey. It's perfect. It has a little seafaring monkey. So Lowlander is a Dutch brand. I think I tried it. I have no idea anymore how it tasted. It has coriander and white tea and I don't like coriander, but I think it wasn't that bad. And that concludes not the haul, but the things from specific places. The rest is just from missed places. I'm trying to put the information at least in the video. So for the things that aren't from specific places, let's start with the thing in the background here. It's this amazing insects poster we got from Xenos, which we do not have in Germany anymore, which is... I absolutely adore old scientific illustrations. Of course, I'm especially smitten with the huge moth on the bottom of the poster. The boyfriend and I, we mostly disagree about what's decorative and what should go in the living room, but we could actually agree on this one, so we took it home. So when I said that Amsterdam is a fantastic place to buy second-hand kimono, I, among other things, mean a shop named Carnaby Street, and I got a kimono there, but not for me, but for a friend, but instead I got myself a hat. It makes me look like a 50s schoolboy from an English boarding school, and I'm absolutely fine with that. And another stop that we usually visit is a shop that imports from Tibet, run by a person from Tibet. I got myself a tiny little brass mouse. I love mice and rats very, very much, and I really like this shop. It's always very calm, and the owner, the person I've seen their work a few times, is so nice. Speaking of import shops, I also got myself another ring. I usually wear my rings on my thumb, so they have to fit over there. This time it's one with a crystal, the other one I have is very plain, and it has 3 different kinds of metal, and I really like it. I just never remember to wear rings because I work with my hands a lot, and most of the time rings are annoying, and actually on my left thumb is the place where they annoy me the least, and I just like that place for wearing rings. Staying with metal pieces. Well, this is a souvenir haul, not just a shopping haul, so these I found in the shower. They are Danish kroner, I think. Remember how I said earlier that I really like coins that have holes in them because you can string them up, but they are very trinkety? Well, here we go. And it's probably something Americans would call basic, but I absolutely love pressed pennies. So each time we're in Amsterdam, I try to get a pressed penny there, one that I don't have yet. So this one is with the crest of the city. I actually get these in Germany too. Whenever I see one of these things, I get a pressed penny. I think I'm going to string them up and at some point just drill a hole in there, so it's another trinkety thing. So I didn't really care about what I was wearing, but the overalls I wore were kind of uncomfortable at some point, so it was really warm, okay? So I went to find a pair of pants, and instead I bought a lipstick. I don't buy that much lipstick. This is from Ethos. Ethos is a drugstore chain in the Netherlands, just your run-of-the-mill drugstore. And this is army green. I never had a really interesting color of lipstick before, so yeah, I tried to find pants and then I bought lipstick in green. But in the end I got my pair of pants. This was one of the rare occasions where I didn't want to go into a thrift store, and I told the guys that I would be gone only for 15 minutes, but then I went into the kilo shop and got a pair of Souvenir pants. And I was really happy to have those because it was really too hot for the overalls. So another one of my travel traditions, I realize I have quite a few of them, is to buy spinning tops. The thing with tops is that they don't take up much space, but they are fun to play with and they often have fantastic designs. And it's really fun to come up with places to buy them, because sometimes you get them at flea markets, sometimes you get them at antique stores or something. And this one is from a shop named Tinkerbell. I promise this is my last tradition for my Amsterdam holidays, but I like to buy fabric. This is 1/2 meter, and I think last year I got 1.5 or something. I made this a thing for myself to buy fabric when I'm in the Netherlands. So I have this one fabric store that I really like. Yeah, and this year I got this fabric with a lot of cards. I once had a mild obsession with card suits, even though I don't like playing cards because I'm a really sore loser. This doesn't make any sense at all. It's probably going to end up as a lot of patches or something accessory-ish. And last but not least, I realized this is a U-tool. I bought a book to learn Dutch. It's actually a second-hand book. I think I got it for €2 or something at a fantastic little second-hand bookstore that was so magical somewhere in Amsterdam. I couldn't even tell you where it is, but it was an insider tip from the barkeeper at our hostel. So fantastic place. And yeah, I actually want to learn Dutch because I love the language. Also have a couple of Dutch friends from LARPing, and it sounds very comfortable to me, and I kind of wanna, I want to learn it, and so I bought this book. Now we're done, actually, with this haul. So that's it for my souvenirs from Amsterdam this year. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And if you've ever been in Amsterdam, let me know in the comments what you thought about the city that I really love a lot. Thank you so much for watching. We'll meet again in my next video. Have a fantastic day, be nice to yourself, be nice to others, and stay enchanted. Bye! I really want to know if that's genuine. Yep, it's wool.